My name is Parker Spence, and the reason I felt called by God to go overseas on mission trip was that Beverly and I had spent 11 years overseas on mission, living in another country for that period of time. And you do feel separated from your native culture. You're certainly separated from people of your same age and same sex. I knew that Peter Livingston was relatively the same age as I am, and that they had been on the mission field a while, and that just my being available to him, that I could share my experience, but also listen to where he was in his life.
Hi, I'm Beverly Spence, and so as I think back on the children that we met in the school, their precious faces, I'm going to pray for them, and that the hope of the Livingstones is that the school will make a difference in their families, that these children will be well educated and will be of value to the parents. The parents won't be tempted to sell them into domestic slavery or other kinds of slavery.
I'm Sherry Arvin. The thing that I was most spiritually moved about was the number of people in the country in Southeast Asia who are not Christian. The people are primarily Buddhist, probably 95% of the country.
My name is Amber Wood, and my role on the trip to Southeast Asia was to go as a nurse and to help support the health of the kids at the school and the teachers, and to give some basic health education around sanitation and good hygiene. And at the end of the first day, I really felt called that my role there was more than just to teach health, that it was to share my testimony with the teachers, that it was to show them what it means, what Jesus has done in my life, and what it means to follow Christ.
My name is Pat Carmichael, and I wanted to share with you what I enjoyed and have learned in doing mission work in the field. I have things all over my office from all of my husband's different trips and from our trips, and I can then open the door to say, this is where we went, and this is what we did, and this is how we shared Jesus.
Hey, it's Pastor Mark here, and we just had the opportunity to go to Southeast Asia. So as we came back, really the question that we wanted to ask ourselves is, how can we pray for the ongoing work there with the Livingstons? And Jesus, in the Lord's Prayer says that we're to pray for God's kingdom to come. And the kingdom is anywhere where God's rule and reign, His authority, His order for the world is in place. And so there's two things that really stood out as far as God's kingdom needing to come to Southeast Asia. The first was that the gospel, that people needed to hear about Jesus Christ. They needed to receive Him as Lord and Savior. It's something like, over 93% of the people are Buddhist, and even other sort of faith systems there too. And so a small percentage is Christian. So obviously the number one way for God's kingdom to come will be for the gospel to go. The number two way, right, is that God has no intention for anyone in any place, anywhere, at any time to be a slave. And so people who are sold into, particularly kids, who are sold into the worst kind of slavery, the worst kind of human trafficking, is a place where God's kingdom needs to come and to reign in Southeast Asia. So let's pray with me that those two things will happen. The gospel will go forward, that we'll be a part of it, and that human trafficking will come to an end, and we can have a small role in that too.
Hi, I'm Raylene. I just finished a mission trip to Southeast Asia. I knew that God was calling me. However, I didn't feel qualified when I found out it would be primarily teachers or nursing, and went to the meeting anyway. But I did go on the trip and felt like I was blessed, and the other people that we were with were blessed. And one of our other members of our team mentioned while we were there that God doesn't call the qualified, He equips those who He calls, and I know that to be a fact.